There would be a plane going over just as I want to start recording. Hello everybody, welcome back. I am a little bit late this month, which I'm very sorry for, but it was because of Halloween. I wanted to... Usually I would film on the 30th or the 31st of the end of the month, basically, and then try and edit and get it ready for the 1st of the next month. But because of Halloween, and because of my son's birthday on the 29th, I had to wait a little bit, then I had to work, then I had to babysit on my last day off. So today is the 5th of November. I will probably edit this tomorrow and hopefully you'll see it on the 6th of November, but if you don't, then I apologise. This month's stitching has been an awful lot less, and I will explain that in a little while. But before I do that, I want to have a little chat like we did last time, because everybody seemed to enjoy that. Well, in the comments, people were saying that they enjoyed it. So I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to start with the Flosstube mentions that I said I would do in the last video. I want to do it at the beginning, just because if people get tagged, they get a notification, and then they just know that they've had a mention and the reason why. So the first people or person that I would like to recommend to you, if you've never seen any of these people before, they will be tagged, and then if you click on their name under my description, I believe it is, it will take you to their channel. So the first one is Catherine Stitches. I have been speaking to her for a long time. I believe we spoke before she even started her channel. She used to watch mine, and I think, because I've spoken to a few people with similar stories, like they've wanted to do Flosstube, and I've encouraged them to do it. I'm not saying it's me that's got them to it, but I've just said, yeah, go for it. And I think Catherine was one of them. She has lovely full coverage pieces. She has an awful lot more than I do, and she stitches a lot more than I do. Her work is beautiful. If you love full coverage stuff, you'll love her channel. There is the Stitchy Witch, who I speak to quite often off of YouTube. I haven't messaged her lately, so I really should do that just to see how she's getting on. She has beautiful work. She mostly stitches Heaven and Earth designs. Most of you probably already have heard of her. She's probably one of the more well-known people that I will mention here. But she does absolutely beautiful landscape, mostly cross-stitch patterns, a full coverage cross-stitch patterns, so definitely go and check her out. I would also like to recommend Blushing Pink Stitches. I haven't watched her videos for a while, but I used to enjoy watching her all the time, especially in the summer, just gone. I watched most of her videos, and she kind of has a mix between full coverage and non-full coverage. She also has her own Etsy shop where she designs cross-stitch patterns. I hope that's still an ongoing thing. I think it is. But definitely go and check her out. She's absolutely lovely. Then there is another one that I would recommend is the Sleepy Stitcher. She's a lovely lady. She's just moved. I think she's moving again. But the last time I caught up with her, she just moved from Japan back to America. She is stitching one of my charts, one of my free charts on my Facebook group, the Hogwarts one, and she has some beautiful patterns. She's a lovely lady. She's very kind. She will happily chat to you in the comments if there's anything you wanted to ask her. Unfortunately, I don't talk to these people as much as I should because I deleted Instagram, and I know a lot of the stitchers are on Instagram and that's how they communicate. Which is a shame. The only reason why I deleted it is just because I couldn't keep up with it, like all the notifications and the emails that I kept getting, and it was driving me crazy. Not talking to the people on there, just the notifications and stuff. But someone is watching me through their window. I should wave at him. I really hate that. Yeah. Definitely recommend the Sleepy Stitcher. She has mostly full coverage pieces. I believe she is currently in the middle of moving, so she might not be filming at the moment or filming a lot less, but it's worth subscribing to her and looking out for future videos of hers, because she has some beautiful, beautiful pieces. There's another lady called Mrs. C Stitches. She was under another name before that. I've forgotten her name now before that, but I would recommend watching her. Oh, will you just go away? Yeah, hi, I can see you. This is so weird. She's pretending to clean her window. So Mrs. C Stitches is a lovely, lovely lady that took a little break from YouTube and then came back again. She was stitching the same project as me. She is still stitching it, I believe. No, yeah, she hasn't finished it yet. One of my older charts, that woman in the window over there has completely put me off now, but one of my older charts, Prefect Bathroom, it was designed by the same person that designed Lord of the Rings. She was doing all of the black first and then adding the colour, and she has completed all of the black. Like, she's stitched so much more compared to what I'm stuck on. And she does a lot more full coverage pieces. She has got so many charts that I don't know how on earth she finds the time to do it, because she's a busy lady. And her dog Jet is absolutely adorable. He reminds me, I think it's a he reminds me of my dad's old dog, my dog that I grew up with, that was also called Jet, but she was a girl. Yeah, he's a lovely dog. But definitely go and check her out. She does some lovely full coverage pieces. And then the last one I'd like to mention, there is more than this, but I would just like to mention these two, these people for now, and then I'll mention more another time, is I'd Rather Be Stitching. B as in spelt like the bumblebee. She doesn't get enough viewers as what I think she deserves. She deserves way more viewers than what she actually gets. She used to, I don't know if she's doing it at the minute or if her daughter is busy, but she used to do the videos with her daughter, and her daughter would have her own charts to show you. She doesn't have enough subscribers, in my opinion. She does so many beautiful charts, and she's a lovely, lovely lady to talk to. I 100% recommend going to check her out. Give her some love and support. Show her that you're there. Tell her that I sent you, and see if you like her charts. That was such an awkward piece of the video to do, because there was someone staring at me the whole time. I mean, I don't mind recording anymore. Like, I really don't care about being on camera. But it's different when you know someone's just staring at you through a window. I don't know, it's a weird feeling. It's a very weird feeling. I cannot wait for my hedges to grow at the bottom of the garden, just so I can't see these neighbours anymore, because my fence is so low at the back. And our houses are back to back, so our gardens connect basically. So I can see their bedroom windows from this room. And she was like in her bedroom, and I think she's still there. She's just standing further away from the window now, so she thinks I can't see, but that's just so awkward. Okay, so let's get into the rest of it. I'm just going to ignore that person. Right, so what else have I been up to? I have had 2 birthdays this month. So as I said, I had my son's birthday, and then I had my daughter's birthday on the 19th. So it's been a very expensive, busy month for me. So it has been a very expensive month, but it's been a good month. October is always quite busy for me. And I tend to, straight after my son's birthday, I then tend to go into Christmas mode and start organising presents and things. But I've done it earlier this year just because of work, because I'm going to be on night shifts at the end of November. So with that, I have decided, because I mentioned in the last Flosstube that I was going to perhaps switch out projects and put Lord of the Rings away for for November and December. I have decided not to, just because of how little stitching I did this month. I stopped stitching after the 19th of October, so I think I stitched a bit on my daughter's birthday before I had the granddaughter, because I babysat so she could go out. And then after that, I didn't stitch at all. And the reason for that was because my wrist was hurting so much. So the weight of the chart now, or the fabric even, is just so heavy, because when it was getting so far over the hoop where I had, because I stitched from left to right basically, so from left to right, when I got further past the middle, it started to really hurt my wrist. So I ended up just putting it away. Well, actually, what I did first to try and fix that was move the hoop. So I tried to move the chart over a little bit, so I was working more on the left-hand side of it, because in the hoop, because I'm right-handed, so I stitch with my right hand and I'm holding it with the left hand. And if I can stitch closer to the left hand, it didn't hurt so much, but it was just starting to get too much for me. I cannot get my words out today now. That woman has really put me off. Anyway, yeah, so I have moved it. So when it comes to showing you in a minute, I'm going to have to show you a picture of what it looked like before I moved the hoop, and then progress after moving the hoop. But I have bit the bullet and bought a stand. So I will just show you the box, because I'm actually... The stand is underneath the sofa, because this is such a small room. We have a sofa that lifts up for storage. So I decided to buy a Nerge hoop stand. It's a lap stand, so you sit on the bottom part of the stand. The reason for that is because I had a Lowry stand before, the great big metal ones, and I couldn't get on with it. It's too big, it gets in the way. And the way I stitch, I'm so far out the way at the corner of anything. I don't sit in a chair where I can have the stand on the floor and have it right next to me. I kind of slouch on the sofa, because we have an L-shaped sofa. I always sit on the L part next to the window so I can get the better lighting, and the charger plug is here. So I prop my tablet up and then I'm near the window so I can see better. But it just means that I'm limited in space in here. So I use a Nerge hoop. So I was looking on Amazon and I saw this. I've never seen this before. I didn't realise Nerge made them. And I'm a bit sceptical with wooden stands, just because I've bought some before and they haven't been very good. They lose their tightness after a while. But I tried this out last night. Like, I've put it all together, set it all up. Didn't think the hoop would actually fit in this small part here, because the hoop is quite big. I don't actually know what size that is, but I think it's their largest hoop that they sell. And it actually works. Surprisingly enough, it works. So today, what I'm going to do is, after this video, I'm going to go sit down. Well, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do some stitching. And I've decided that whenever I stitch now, to time myself, I'm going to watch a film. So I'm going to just put movie on and stitch until the movie's finished, because I have been struggling to find things to watch, and I think that's another reason why I didn't want to stitch so much, is because me and my partner are watching The Walking Dead together, so I can't watch that without him. And when we watch it, I don't like to stitch. I have seen them all before, but where we're up to now, I've only seen them the once, and I've kind of missed things the first time I watched it, so I'm enjoying re-watching them again and getting like fully immersed in the TV show, basically, instead of stitching and looking up every so many minutes. So I need to do it when I'm by myself, and I am enjoying... I think my partner enjoys when I stitch around him, but I am enjoying not stitching when I'm around him as well, if that makes sense, because we're spending more time together, we're communicating more. We communicate anyway, but you know what I mean. It's just nice to just have the stitching time as something for yourself, and then watch a movie and a TV show with your partner, or sit and chat, instead of me face down in a cross stitch all the time. I was stitching to Bake Off, and then again I was missing things on Bake Off, so I need just some just movies that I'm not really excited about watching, but as background noise, because if I sit and watch YouTube, I get bored quite quickly, or I will spend too much time stitching and then I end up really sore and tired. If I sit still for too long, my back hurts, my legs hurt. I'm quite a fidgety person, so movie length time like an hour and a half to 2 hours is the perfect time for me to sit down and then get up and do something afterwards. It's like, okay, the movie's finished, time to get up, time to do something else. Because if I sit still for too long on my days off, my whole body just kind of crashes, and then I don't want to do anything else. Other than that, a hospital appointment. I mentioned about getting that sorted. I went to the hospital. It wasn't the surgery, it was a consultation. That went well. I went by myself. I put my big girl pants on, went all by myself. Everything went fine. I do need surgery. I do need 2 weeks off work. I believe I've got a pre-op assessment on the 31st of December now, and then it's just a case of waiting for the operation, which won't be much longer after that. So thankfully it's not before Christmas, because I don't want to be in bed when I'm supposed to be working nights, because that will be more awkward for work to try and cover my shifts. And not only that, I don't want to be in bed for 2 weeks around Christmas time anyway. So I'm kind of happy that it's just after Christmas. So that's all worked out well. I am working on getting my tattoos sorted out finally. So my partner, as an early Christmas present, gave me 2 hours, I think it was, or an hour and a half, to get one of my oldest, actually. Well, no, it's not my oldest. I think it's my second oldest. It's my first big tattoo that I had done was a Japanese dragon on my arm, on this arm. And it's faded. It's like 13 years old now, I believe. And anyway, he'd faded, and I wanted some cherry blossoms and things behind him. So I went and got the cherry blossoms done. He said, look, we're really going to have to do this dragon again. So he did the outline of the dragon. I'll put a picture up somewhere if I can. I'm pretty sure I did take one. So he's done the outline. He's done the dragon blossoms. He's done the cherry blossoms. But now I'm kind of thinking, okay, the cherry blossom isn't enough. I want more behind him. So I have thought about getting him some more background. I go back on the 18th of November to get the green and the rest of his colour put back in him. And when he comes back alive again, it'll be nice to see. But when he comes back, I need to think about what I want for a background. I was thinking like waves. I don't like the dark shading that they usually do around traditional Japanese dragons. They usually have like black kind of smoke and rocks and waves, but it's all black and grey shading. I don't want that, because I want it to be more feminine. So I can't say that word, feminine. So I'm thinking more lighter colours, light flowers around him. It just depends on the colours that they can use. I'm pretty sure. I kind of want pastel colours is what I'm trying to explain. And I did use AI briefly to get the image out of my head, and it came out a bit wrong, but my daughter, I told because my daughter understands the way I speak, and she was like, right, okay, and she put it in, and it came out exactly how I wanted it, like the start, not the image because it's an AI image, but the actual colour palette of the tattoo that came out looked quite nice. So I'll show you a picture of that as well, so you can kind of envision in my head what's going on. I'm not very good at explaining things. I have a vision in my head, but I'm terrible at explaining it. So I'm going to ask him when I go back to get the recolor of the dragon if that's something that he can design. And when that's done, I then want to focus on my Pokemon arm, and I want to get a video game sleeve done. So I want Lara Croft, The Sims, Resident Evil, Fallout, Final Fantasy, Dragon Age. There's a couple more in there that off the top of my head I've forgotten. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. But all of the games that mean something to me, I want to connect with the Pokemon tattoo and go all the way down my arm. So I'm thinking maybe I can have a Game Boy right at the bottom of the Pokemon, so they are coming. So it looks like they're coming out, because the lower the Pokemon, the smaller they've come out on my arm. Like the top, because I did them all at different times. Like I was an idiot. I didn't design it. I didn't have any ideas. I just wanted the Pokemon slapped on my arm, basically. And Charizard is massive at the top, and then some of the others are like, it's weird to explain. They're all different sizes, but Psyduck, my favourite one, is quite small. So I think underneath him, I could realistically have a Game Boy, and then it looks like they're all coming out of the Game Boy, and then the rest of the arm can be all PlayStation type games, which I think they all will be, other than The Sims, although The Sims did come out on the PlayStation. Anyway, yeah, I want basically a 90s video game arm, but I don't think all of them are from the 90s. So that is something that I want to do. Every single month I want to go and get an hour and a half, 2 hours at a time if I can. There might be times where I'll need to do more. Just depends if he can design it, because again, I can't think of it in my head and explain it to him the way I want it. So I won't show you the AI one because it's crap, but it's not crap because the background is what I want around the tattoo characters. But the actual design of the characters is terrible because I don't think AI realised what I was talking about. At first, it wouldn't even let me do Lara Croft. It was like, you cannot use real fictional people. And I was like, Lara Croft is I said, yeah, it is fictional, isn't it? Non-fiction is fake. I said, Lara Croft is not a human being. She's a video game character. And it was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And then it put her in there. I was like, okay, anyway. Shall we just get on with the cross stitch now? Yeah, so, oh, my knee really hurts. I'm twisted round. So what I will do, put my leg this way, is show you my picture on Stitch Pal from before. So that's what it looked like at the end of the last Flosstube. Now I'll show you a picture of what it looked like before I moved the hoop when I said my wrists were hurting. So here is what it looks like now, and again I have moved hoop and not stitched much. So here's what it looks like now. So the horse is completely done, which is great. There is a little boat coming to life here. I don't think I've worked much up here. It's mostly been down here with this wagon. That came out quite quickly, actually, that wagon. I am really happy about that. What I need to do now is get used to stitching on a stand, because it's now two-handed stitching. And I haven't stitched two-handed for well over a year, from when I used to use the Lowry stand, and I had a scroll frame, a wooden one, and it was awful. But yeah, with this being so wide, I was genuinely concerned that the new stand wouldn't take it, but it does. It does hold it quite well, actually. So that is what I will do next. I will go and sit down and I will stitch for an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. Hopefully do the same again tomorrow, and just keep going that way. When it comes to the night shifts, I honestly don't know how I'm going to do it. I am going to keep this one out just because I've done such little on it in October. I've decided to just keep it for November and December. I can't really say how often I'm going to stitch. Like on my days off, because my days off aren't together. I get 2 days off a week. I'm doing 5 days working, 5 nights a week. And my days off aren't always together. So I don't know how that's going to go with my sleep pattern. Whether or not it's a good idea to just stay awake during the night on my days off, because they're split, and then I can spend a lot of time stitching, but I have a feeling I'll nod off. So I can't really say, because I'm going to come home, I'm going to sleep until my son comes home from school. By the time I've cleaned up, done his tea, it's going to be time to go back to work again. So yeah, I really don't know. And obviously I'm not going to take this to work, it's too big. So it might only get stitched on my days off. Fingers crossed I can get some stitched on my days of work. But my main goal, ideally, my main goal for the next 2 months is to get to 25%. I said in August that I wanted to get to 25%, or was it September? I can't remember. And I'm still not there. So I done 10,255 stitches this month. And I am only at 22.46% still. So all I'm going to say is my goal is to get to 25%. Yeah, that's it. That's all it's going to be. 25% is my goal. I will be very, very happy if I get to that and go over it. Because I feel like I've been stuck under the 25% for ages now. And I have been, to be honest with you, just because I haven't been putting as much effort in. If I'd been stitching how I was a couple of months ago, I'd have gone way past it. So, with that being said, with work and everything else going on, I am going to not record at the beginning of December, end of November, beginning of December. I am going to record at the end of December. So you won't see me now until maybe Christmas Day, because I am off Christmas Eve. I'm working the night before Christmas Eve, so I'll be asleep Christmas Eve, and then I'll be off Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. So the plan is, if I can do it, because everyone's going to be at home, is record Christmas Eve when I wake up, show you what I've had done, what progress I've made in the last 2 months. What I also might do, if I can remember to keep the camera close to me, is do little vlogs. So last year my Vlogmas, it was like a Vlogmas, but it was kind of like everything was clipped together throughout the month of October, for December, and then I posted the video all in one. If you go back and look at my video last year, it was actually quite long. I might do something like that again, because I quite enjoyed filming it. I know they're not popular videos though, because I know that video barely got watched, but it was nice to film. I really enjoyed it, but it just means you have to remember to keep your camera around you all the time. And I don't know if I can remember to do that. So unless I think I might leave the camera down here, because usually I put it away because it's an expensive camera. If I leave the camera down here and I periodically film progress updates, and then I can put all those clips together and give you a bit of a diary for the last 2 months on Christmas Day. If that is something that sounds really interesting to you, or something that you would actually watch, let me know and I will definitely do it, because I don't do Vlogmas. I can't do Vlogmas. I don't have the time, especially not this year. So that's not something I'm going to be able to do. I will keep track of my stitching still. So every day I still write down my progress if I can stitch that day. And if not, if that type of video doesn't interest you, I will just come back as a normal Flosstube on hopefully Christmas Day. If it won't be Christmas Day, it will be before New Year. So yeah, that is probably about it. That's all I really need to say. You may notice my hair has been a bit different. My greys are coming through here. Basically, I went and got a haircut, had a lot chopped off by a new hairdresser. She told me, by the way, did you know your hair's curly? Not curly, wavy. Like your natural hair's wavy. I really think you should stop straightening your hair. I don't think you realise how much damage you've done to your hair by straightening it. Because I just assumed that I had puffy hair, and I hate the puff. Like I would get out of the bath, brush it, dry it with a hairdryer, and it would be out here somewhere. And she said the reason why your hair's like that is because you're not actually got straight hair, you've got wavy hair. And my recommendation is, because she showed me how much damage was done to my hair from like it being burnt basically. And she said, like, now I've cut it, my recommendation to you is to try and wear it as naturally as possible. So this is why my hair looks like this today. I took her advice. I went and learned how to do wavy hair. It's quite hard to find videos on wavy hair because it's all curly, but they're very, very similar. I can make it curlier than this if I wanted to. It just takes more time and I'm lazy. I kind of just want to let the hair do what the hair wants to do, which is what she said to me. Let the hair do what it wants to do. Like, do your scrunching and stuff and just see how the hair naturally goes. Over time, it might curl even more because it's getting, like, it's being more repaired Does that make sense? It's repairing itself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm letting it do its thing. With the greys though, I asked her if I could have green hair and she said no. So I know that sounds really weird, but I will put a picture up of what I did with AI again, is to see what type of hairstyles and everything suited me. And my partner suggested brown on the top, green on the bottom, and I was like, I couldn't picture that in my head. So I took a photo of myself and then changed my hair, and it actually did look really nice. Like, I thought it looked nice. So I said to her, like, I want to colour the bottom half of my hair, maybe not necessarily green, but the bottom half of my hair, and keep brown at the top. She then did a strand test. It came back. She said she doesn't recommend me bleaching my hair. It's way too damaged. So I said, okay, what about just dye? Because I need to dye my hair anyway because of the greys that are coming through. And she said, yeah, we can absolutely dye it. We just can't lighten it with bleach. So I am going to hopefully go red. So I've been red before. It's not a problem. The only issue is the maintenance of it is a lot more than brown. But it'd be nice to have a change. So when you see me again, I might have bright red hair. I might have dark red hair. I don't really know yet. I'm going on the 13th of November. And I cannot wait because my hair grow out, like the grey grow out has been longer than what, like normally I would have dyed this brown by now with a box dye. And that's what I'm trying to avoid, is box dyeing my hair and using too much heat. So I'm letting the hair do what it wants. I'm not box dyeing anymore. I'm going to let her colour my hair. Hopefully it'll be less damaging than what it would have been if I'd have done it. I know it's not perfect when you dye your hair, but I'm not walking around like Gandalf. And I get married next year, so definitely not. But yeah, other than that, I think that's all I need to say. It was a really weird tangent. I'm really, really sorry my head's all over the place at the minute. Well, my head's not all over the place, but the conversation is a bit weird because that woman is still standing there staring at me. And it's so weird. And if I shut the blind, it's a blackout blind, so I can't see you. So I'm kind of just, I've got an audience today. Right, so I'm going to go, and what I will say is I hope you all have a good time. Have a good time. I hope you... Right, so I will go, and I hope you all enjoy your stitching. That makes... No. So I will let you go. Again, I am really sorry about this video. It's not the best one I've done. I will be back, hopefully Christmas Day. Hopefully you guys like the idea of the vlog thing, and I will do that. I'm quite happy to do that. And yeah, if not, I will be back for a normal Flosstube before New Year. Happy stitching, everybody, and I will see you later. Bye.